Hello everybody, welcome back once again. I have got another quick Stella Deus video for you here. So this one I wanted to talk specifically about the Great Ambition quest. I did have a comment on one of my videos asking about how to trigger this. And of course it had been so many years since I played that I didn't really remember how to do that. But I will say that I still am not 100% sure on the requirements to trigger the Great Ambition. There is not good, I should say, I haven't found any information online about how to actually trigger the Great Ambition. So all I can do is kind of go over the steps that I took, or at least my theories, and that's pretty much all this is my theories on how to get this quest to pop up. Excuse me. So when I played many years ago, I did a full walkthrough for the game, and I did take a look at some of that footage. And I think I may have, and again, this is where the theory came from, I may have pieced together some of the things that I did in order to get that to trigger. So the one that I played, or the playthrough that I made, and again, it's of course a full playthrough that I've uploaded here on YouTube. You can see that, you know, towards the end of the game, I have this quest in my quest log. But then I did play again very recently, like within the last month or two. And when I did that playthrough, the Great Ambition did not pop up. And I don't really know 100% the things that I did differently, but I do know of two specific battles that I did after that. So basically I did my first playthrough, it popped up. My second playthrough, it did not. And then I actually did one more playthrough afterwards, because of course then I saw, you know, I had a comment on my video like, hey, how do I get this to pop up? And so I was like, whoa, I don't know anything about this quest. Like, so anyway, so I did a third playthrough, and on the third playthrough, I did something different for sure, I should say, in two battles. Basically, it's the first, I believe it's the first battle with Jade, and the first battle that you fight against Visor. Both of those battles are very odd in that if you take out too many of the enemy soldiers that are accompanying them, the battle just ends. So like in the case of Jade, let's just say that you take out, and I don't know the exact numbers, but if you kill off, like, we'll just say 8 enemies, the battle ends. And then, like, you basically don't even take out Jade that way, right? And so what I did actually was, my second time playing through the game, I just ignored most of the enemies and then overkilled Jade. Now, the third time, though, and here's where my theory comes in. What I did for my third battle, and I know I did this on my initial playthrough as well, was that I took everything out basically all at once. I mean, not necessarily everything, right? I probably took out, let's say, 6 of the enemies, and then I basically let them all gather up around Jade, and then I used Adara's meltdown ability to take out everything all at once, right? So all of the enemy soldiers along with overkilling Jade, right? So, I mean, I literally one-shot Jade along with everyone else with meltdown. So that, anyway, that is my theory in terms of how to get the Great Ambition to pop up. But there is a second battle that you have to do it, or I should say, there's a second battle that I did that in as well. And that was the first battle against Visor, right? So in that battle, there's like, and don't quote me on the numbers here, it's something like 5 golems and Visor. And basically what I did was I believe I took out 2 of the golems, and then I think the other 3 were kind of already around Visor, and then I did the same thing. I basically brought Adara up and use meltdown to one-shot the remaining golems and Visor. So that is currently my working theory on how to get the Great Ambition to pop up. And I should say that this did show up immediately after recruiting Visor, right? So of course Visor is definitely the hardest of the secret characters to actually recruit in this game. You have to basically overkill everything, and then after that final battle with Visor, he shows up, or he'll join you. And again, immediately after that battle, I noticed the Great Ambition had shown up in my quest log. So if you've recruited Visor and it hasn't popped up, I would say you've probably got a problem there, right? And something didn't go correctly. But anyways, that is my theory. I'd love if, more people are knowledgeable about the game and know for sure how to get this to show up. I would just love your opinions on that. Or if you can say you've done the same thing as I have, and did get it to pop up. I don't know if 100% that's going to be a confirmation, but it certainly seems to be that way. Also, I should say, during the Great Ambition, once you actually activate this quest, I believe you fight against Malkar, there actually is other quests related to Malkar as well. My issue, though, was that during my second playthrough, I did trigger those quests and finish them. But again, they didn't, or the Great Ambition then didn't pop up for that second playthrough. So it just has to be a little bit more than the other side quests that are related to Malkar. So again, that's my theory as of right now. One last thing, though, that I will say about this battle. The battle itself is very, very interesting, where you fight a bunch of, I believe they're just a bunch of copies of Malkar. Unfortunately, though, those copies will have a wide variety of different equipment, and most, if not all of them, will be equipped with one of the accidental infusion items. So like the gold lump. Let me actually just trigger this and I'll show you. So Lacuna Shrine. Let's go down there and I'll just show you. I was really excited the first time that I triggered this. Let's just skip the dialogue here. We don't really need to see that. Okay, so here's Malkar. He's got a sapphire, a wind armor, Hatchmaki, Tyrant Crown, Rainbow Manicure, Wolf Mask. Here it is, the gold lump. This is actually an accidental infusion item, so very, very rare to get these things. I was really excited the first time. Here's another one. Very excited the first time because I thought we might be able to steal this stuff, but I don't believe that's the case. Any time that I've actually tried to steal any of the any of these items from these characters, I was never actually able to successfully steal an accidental infusion item. So like the 10-gallon hat here. I think this is the pumpkin hat. So this is probably the one thing that I was the most disappointed in, was not being able to get the pumpkin hat. This thing is, I would argue, the best hat in the game, and I don't think it's even really close. The weight on this thing is only an 8, and then it adds Hermes Wing and Ninja Dash. That's just insane. In the fact that it's a helmet, of course you can. There's other ways to get Hermes Wing and Ninja Dash, but to get them rolled into one item and then have it be a hat that's also very, very low weight, it's just an incredible item. So again, I was just really disappointed though in this battle in that you can't steal this stuff. So very, very unfortunate, but. Anyways, that's really all that I wanted to say. That's not to say though that these guys do have some really good stuff. It's just I would argue the neat stuff there with the accidental infusion items can't be stolen. So really wish they wouldn't have done that. This would have been a really, really amazing farming opportunity, but it just doesn't play out that way. So that said, I would say that if you are not able to get the Great Ambition to pop up, I wouldn't be too worried about it. There just really isn't much of an advantage here, and I don't actually remember what you get when you finish the battle, but I don't remember it being, anything too interesting. So, anyways, that is it. That is all I've got for this one. If you have any ideas on how to trigger this, I would love to hear them. But as always, I hope the guide was helpful, and thanks for watching.